Hello, I'm Maria Sasha Khan, a mentor for Youth Arts in Action, as well as a professional dancer with the Bavarian State Ballet.
And I'm Nadia Khan. I'm also a mentor for Youth Arts in Action, and I dance with the Bayerische Staatsballett 2, which is the Bavarian State Ballet 2.
I'm very happy today to introduce you to our next inspiring artist, Lisa-Maree Cullum. She's a principal dancer here with the Bavarian State Ballet, and she's been a principal dancer for 20 years now, awarded multiple awards. She's also a Kammertänzerin, which would be the equivalent of being knighted or being awarded the title perhaps of prima ballerina. So it's a very high honor, and we're really happy that you're here with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And
well, the first question that I have for you is, how did you first get started on your path to be a dancer, to be a professional?
Well, actually through my mum, because my mum was my first ballet teacher. I think my mum aspired to be a dancer herself, but then didn't have the talent for it, but never lost the love for it. And very early on, I had a very, very big ballet school, and I kind of, like as a toddler, was dumped in the corner. And I guess I grew up looking at that, and before I knew it, I wanted to be a part of it, and it kind of went from there.
Okay.
And I know that one of your first experiences of coming, because you're born in New Zealand, yes, and obviously that's very far away from many
Everything. Everything. Yeah.
So obviously there must have been something specific that sort of took you out of New Zealand, I guess, that sort of brought you over to Europe or gave you that opportunity to pursue your career here.
Yeah. I never, as a child, I danced with the Royal New Zealand Ballet Company and many like Nutcracker productions and things like that. I never wanted, though, to dance professionally with the company. I wanted more.
Yeah.
And I learned very, very early on that if that was really to become a reality, then I needed to go to Europe, where the center of everything was.
Yeah.
So was always my goal.
And if I'm correct, you were awarded a scholarship from Prix de Lausanne to study at the Académie de Danse Classique de Princess Grace with Marika Brisovlasova. And I wanted to ask you a little bit about that, because I also had the extreme honor to train with her and graduate from the school. And so she's really a special lady.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask you what impact she had, not only upon your dancing, but upon your life when you first went there.
Well, I went there very young. I was 14 when I first went to the school. I actually was very fortunate. When I joined the school, I already had a contract with the English National Ballet.
Wow. At 14?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I did 2 competitions. We went on a kind of international tour and visited all the international schools through Europe, including Russia and England and everywhere you can imagine. And during that tour, we participated in 2 ballet competitions. First was the Adelaide Genet competition in London, which is a Royal Academy of Dancing competition, and the other one was Prix de Lausanne. And when I did the one in London, one of the judges for the finale was Peter Schalfers, and he invited me to join the company already right there.
The English National Ballet.
Yeah. Okay. And my mother freaked out. She said, I'm not sending my 14-year-old daughter to England by herself. So that kind of got put on hold, and then I went to do Prix de Lausanne, and then I got the chance to work with Marika, and she touched me. She made me believe in something different than what I had until then. And so when I had the opportunity to choose a school, there was no hesitation for me but to go to Monte Carlo. So that's kind of how I ended up. But when I went to the school, I didn't have the pressure of afterwards having to look for a job, because I had one.
Yeah.
And they'd sort of just put it on hold for me, which is really rare, I guess.
Yes.
But maybe when I was young, it was maybe not so common like it would be now. So it was, really an extraordinary situation.
Yes, very.
So Marika didn't actually want me to go to London. She wanted me to go to Stuttgart.
Really?
Yeah, she was very, very keen on sending her students to Stuttgart, which I understand. Stuttgart is a fantastic company. But I aspired to start in an English-speaking company.
Okay, yes.
Well, because I trained Royal Ballet, and I thought, what better but to be in London. That
Yes.
was, what I imagined. So that was kind of how it started. But Marika for me was, she was unique. She looked into people and she saw something that maybe nobody else saw. And I was very affected by that because I was very young, and I came from very, very far away, and suddenly there was this incredible tradition in front of me that I'd never experienced before. So I kind of just, stepped aside and put myself in her hands and let her just do her thing, which I guess she did. So.
And what would you say was the hardest thing for you being there? I mean, if you put yourself in someone's hands like that, obviously you do have to let go maybe of a lot of your preconceived ideas of what you want to look like or feel like. And was that difficult, or was it really...
I think on the one side it was difficult because I came from a very Royal Ballet background, and Marika's method was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. And she worked a lot with anatomy, with each individual person's capability, also physical capabilities, and she pushed me to do a lot of things that I was a little hesitant in the beginning, because I kind of thought, well, I thought that I knew everything.
Do we ever?
And then, I was a 14-year-old that I thought, well, I'd learned all there is to learn, like from the classical technique. Until she kind of, no, Lisa, try to see it in a different light. But there was incredible trust.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
the hesitation was minimal.
What was the most important thing that you learned from her?
I think to be honest to myself, to be realistic with who I am and where I belong in the ballet world. Was never any preconceived ideas to be something that I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, I was never a ballerina with incredibly high extensions, but she brought out the quality, that was,
we
kind
think
of,
you do.
well,
What?
not really. I was a very good faker. No, but I mean, she brought out the qualities that were my strong sides, and put those in front.
Yeah.
So, the things that you don't have, you learn to cover with other things. So.
I wanted to ask you, I remember that you came to perform with us in Masquerade.
Yes.
It was for our final performance at the Monte Carlo Opera House. And yes, it was at the Academy. And of course I was, I saw this beautiful dancer and I was just like, wow, I loved watching you. But honestly, what I was most impressed by was you were just so kind to people, very honest and very unaffected, and I thought, wow, there's this beautiful dancer, this big star here, and she's unaffected. To me is the best word, I think. And I just wanted to know, what is it that helps you to stay grounded?
Okay, well, first of all, I would have to say my husband, who's also a dancer, but never aspired to become a principal and to stand in front of the company, but very important member of the company since many years. I think when he and I met, he taught me that there's life outside of ballet, and till I met him, that was my obsession. That was, you breathe it and you eat it and you live it every day of every year. But he taught me that, you know, you can have a life outside, and the combination is very important, I find. But also I think I'm a very open person. I mean, I like to meet new people. I thought it was the biggest thrill to come back to the academy and to dance with the kids.
Oh,
biggest
really?
buzz ever. I mean, you know, it's the kind of thing like you dream of being invited to come back to the school, because there's so many kids that go through the school, and I actually relatively was short in the school compared to many, and I found it such a thrill to be invited to come back, and I knew, you know, how it is to be in the school and to be a student and to work with Mike, and you know, it was a really big deal actually.
Oh, okay, well, it was a big deal for us, so it's funny to hear.
And being a principal dancer for 20 years, has it
It sounds
been...
long, doesn't it?
It's amazing.
I'm sure
It's
it went by
amazing.
fast.
Never ending.
Has it ever been, I don't know, is it hard to stay on top? Like, how did you do it? Because, I mean, 20 years, yeah, it's a long time, like you said, and you're on
Yeah.
top.
Well, yeah, okay, 20 years, but that includes, you know, the climb to the top.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't just come, you know, overnight.
Yeah.
I was very fortunate to always be perhaps in the right place at the right time and have the right people standing next to me that
Mhm.
that believed in me and gave me chances. And I mean, there's a very, very long list of people that helped me get where I am. It
Yeah.
didn't just come from me.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you know, there's the dedication and there's the pure hard work and all the sacrifices that you give up to do what it is that we do. But, you know, even the best need help along the way.